Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing our single-player playthrough on the 1.1 experimental branch. Yes, so if you weren't here last time, we had finished up the versatile framework factory. We got the entire building shell completed, the entire build completed, all the lights and everything. Very, very pretty. We got all the machines in place. We got all the belts in place. We are now making versatile framework permanently for our permanent factories, and we also went back over to our beginning area and got rid of the temporary factory that was making versatile frameworks and all of the related belts. So that's one more factory checked off the list. And today's plan is to go ahead and get started on the automated wiring. So let's go ahead and get on into the game here. Alright, and here we are. So, just kind of moving on here. Today's episode is I'm just going to warn you right now, today's episode is going to be a little bit half-hearted. Stupid phlegm. Also, my mic was a little too close. But yes, today's going to be a little bit more of a half-hearted kind of attempt at an episode. This is because I just got off making a very, very big project. Spent, all night working on it, so I'm very, very exhausted. just warning you now. But yeah, we got this factory done, so I'm happy for that. It's just, yeah, it was a very big project. Probably you have already seen it. If not, you'll be seeing it very soon. I worked on basically a music video for the dedicated server to be able to be played at the end of our last dedicated server video. So if you have not seen it, at the end of the dedicated server video that we did on Tuesday, being released here on Wednesday, that particular video right at the end there had a music video that I put together, showing off all the stuff, basically congratulating us for making it to Phase 5, because that's what the song is about as well, is, Phase 5 or bust. So, yeah, really, really awesome song. It was AI generated and all that stuff by Dragon, and then I told him to give me the file, and then I made a music video for it. My very first time making a music video, editing and putting it together and stuff like that, from basically shots of the dedicated server and all the factories. So my very first time doing that, it was a lot of fun, but I am also very exhausted. So yeah, we are going to get started on a factory today. I just don't know, where did we say we wanted to put it? I don't remember. I know it can't. Well, actually, it can be here. We can put automated wiring here because we do have a intersection that is on the flat. This area is a little more hard. It's a little harder to work in, to put a factory down here, and to have it be seen by, because a lot of our factories, we want to be able to see them from a distance. Especially that's why I'm trying to build so tall. You see. But yeah, I definitely don't want to do an automated wiring factory. The automated wiring factory I have planned. I'm kind of. I tried to get away from not building factories that look like the item that they're producing, and I've only succeeded a few times. Most of the time, it ends up like this. So yeah, it's. I find it hilarious. It's just like, man, I'm trying to build a good-looking factory, but it's, it looks like a factory. You can't really tell what's being made. There are only a few like that on this save, which, again, like I said, I find it absolutely hilarious. Automated wiring could be made up here. There's a nice flat land up here, plus we have the bridge right here for that. Ooh, no, we've already visited all the wrecks in the world. We've collected every single Mercer Sphere, Summer Sloop, and hard drive on the entire map. So yeah, there's even an intersection right here. All I got to do is bridge across to this nice little flat spot, and then we build our automated wiring factory over here. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and embrace the automated wiring factory, because no matter how I plan it, it's going to end up looking similar to the item anyway. We've already got the stuff we've already got the stuff made for it, I believe. Let's see. And plus, I don't want to spend too much time on it, because as you did hear correctly, the dedicated server is now on phase 5. So I am off the dedicated server for now, until we reach phase 5 on our single player here. Well, we've got a long way to go, so not spending as much time on these smaller factories definitely, it's definitely a thing that we should be doing. So I'm going to make this factory look similar to the automated wiring. It is going to be basically a triangle, similar. Not quite a triangle though, it's just going to have prongs that come out, you'll see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use pipe to wrap around, especially because we've got the new curve mode now. We can use the new curve mode, because before what we had to do is we had to make a blueprint wall with pipes that were about 4 meters long, and then put them in a circular building to make them look like they were wrapping around. Unless you go extremely big, it is really hard to get pipes to curve nicely. But now that we've got the new curve mode, that is not a problem. So that's what we're going to try and do. Yeah, we've already got an intersection right here. So we're just going to go ahead and build off of this intersection, which should be relatively easy. Just go ahead and do this. Also, the channel, I love the way the channel's growing right now. You guys are doing awesome work. I know today I won't be able to put in my best, but at least you guys are putting in your best. So thank you, very much. Thank you for that. Because yeah, like I said, these big projects are going to kill me. I love doing them. Don't get me wrong. I love doing them. They were awesome to do, and so much fun to work on. But once they're done, you're just like, oh, it's done. And now I got to go record for my single player. I have been up. I've been up and did the dedicated server recording, and then I did the sorry, I'll keep working. Did the dedicated server recording, and then I had the video idea, so I did the video. What are you doing here? Get out of here. Get. And then yeah, did the whole video thing, which I had to see that project through, which took me all night into the early morning, and then took a little bit of a break off of that because I had to wait for stuff to render anyway. So I had to wait a couple hours for stuff to render, and then I'm just now at 10 in the morning working on my single player. So this video is definitely not going out on time that it normally does. If it does, I'll be surprised, but I doubt it will. Yeah, and I know I shouldn't be, complaining about any of this. I know, but man, I'm just too damn exhausted to care at the moment. Although I am enjoying myself immensely. I'm just like, my eyes are like bugging out of my head. It's like, get some damn sleep. It's like, but I was having so much fun though. We'll have to get rid of these damn trees. Well, luckily this isn't a bridge intersection right here, so I don't have to worry about using the bridges and stuff. I need to, that's another thing I need to do, is I need to go through all my blueprints that have these beams for the bridges, and I need to replace them with the H-beam. That's another thing I gotta do. Because man, the H-beam just looks so much better. I was doing some building on the dedicated server with some bridges and stuff, and I painted them brown so they kind of look older, and oh, so good. Those H-beams are amazing. Yeah, okay, before I build any further... Yeah. Let me grab a blueprint. Let's grab one of my bridges here. Crap. Which bridge is it? It's one of the truss bridges. Truss bridge N2? Okay, that's that one. We got truss bridge end. Okay. And a truss bridge middle. Oh, okay. So that's how I did it. Alright, and truss bridge small. Oh, we don't want that. Type C? No, that's definitely not it. Truss bridge A-1. Oh, that's these things. I've already got over here. I mean, we could use them. I don't like using them anymore because it messes with the camera. What's this thing? Oh, that's the big. That's the big one. Where's my Type C? Oh, that would also work. I need to put lights on these ones. Like, these ones are really nice. But yeah, where's my truss bridge middle? Oh, it is the truss bridge middle. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I may be doing some stupid things because, man, I'm so exhausted. Okay, yeah, so we have to get rid of this. Get out of here. Trying to build. Alright. The touch of humankind has arrived. Get out of my way. And plus, since we're on 1.1, I no longer have to worry about nudging. I don't have to worry about putting blueprints in the right spot anymore. I can just nudge them downwards. Oh, that is such a big game changer too. I can't tell you just how many times I've always wanted to be able to nudge up and down, and I never understood why you couldn't. It's just like, you allow us to nudge, you know, in two different directions in a 3D space. Why not nudge in all three directions? Maybe they just didn't have the... Oh. Well, that's a freaking problem, isn't it? Ugh. Damn it. That's a Titan tree. We can't get rid of that. Oop. Okay. No, I have to put it there first. Plus I can also do this too. That might work. We shall see. Aha, it will. I actually need to put it there, but it's not going to let me. That will work though. And then if we do this, and also love about 1.1, this right here, the best thing about that they could have done to the rails. That is the single best thing they could have done, and that they did do. I'm gonna have to do this with custom supports. These aren't gonna work. Okay. Yeah, let me get this intersection built so we can move on here. So I'm taking up everybody's time. Okay, so I finally got that intersection built. I was a little bit lazy with it. I didn't put very many beams in here, but it looks like it's all supported for the most part, so yeah. Like I said, I was a little bit lazy with it. I just kind of threw it together. Actually, I did forget a piece of beam here. On this side too. Like I said, yeah, I'm very exhausted, very tired. So I'm like, yeah, things are fun. Oh yeah, let's see if we can build on this grid before we get too far. Need to check our grid here. Oops. Transport. Train station. Oh, by the way, I'm using the H key. If you want to be able to put things like train stations and other stuff in spots that says like it's the surface is too steep, hit the H key and place, and then you'll be able to place it. But it looks like, yep, looks like our grid is good. Okay, yeah, just checking our grid here. I'm thinking I might stay at this height, to be honest, just to keep things simple as well. I think that could be pretty good. Plus, yeah, that'll just make it easier for our train stations. And we're gonna do a similar build to what we did with the versatile framework, which is we're going to make the factory kind of. I'm lazy. I don't want to pull beams and stuff. I don't want to pull power. Yeah, basically where the factory kind of sits on top of the train station, but the train station's like mostly exposed. So that's kind of what I'm going to be going for here. Yeah, we might even have to push this back just to get enough train station in here, just to fit it. Because, yeah, I don't want to overhang. Either that or we put the train station out to the side, which could also work. I'm fine with going in the water like that. But yeah, if we can just get ourselves a platform down, we can start start planning out our rails here because of our rule set. By the way, a rule set that we imposed upon ourselves, which is basically 5-car train minimum. It makes you expect to build at scale. And it gives you experience in building at scale, at a bigger scale, so then when you go to build smaller factories in the future, yeah, we'll get rid of this, then you can just go, yep, I know how to do that already. I know how to build in that big of a scale. But yeah, this could be the train stations here. Won't be able to build over there. Freaking Titan tree. But yeah, we'll need 3 train stations because we're doing assemblers, so we'll need 2 input, 1 output. Okay, can we fit 3 train stations? It's just like I should have power. Come on. Yeah, we need to be able to fit 3 train stations here, so we're on the right side. This might be too close. What I might do is I might put 2 train stations going one way and 1 going the other. I don't know if that'll help with space or not. Yeah, that's too close. Okay. Put 1 there instead. And that should be able to, yeah. I was like, that should be able to work. Or put 1 train station going one way and 2 going the other. Yeah. That could work. Freight platform, freight platform, freight platform, freight platform. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, and then train station. Looks like we need a little more room than I originally thought. This might be a bit too high. Dang, that is a huge, huge overhang. It's pretty crazy. And I'm thinking, what if we go downhill first? So we come off the intersection, we go downhill, and then go into the train stations. The only problem is that it's the room that I'm having issues with. It's the freaking room that I need. Like, this train station's easy enough, but like you said, I don't want to hang over the cliff. Maybe this isn't the best place to do this. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about removing this and finding a new spot. This isn't a bad spot, it's just a little too small for what we're trying to do here. However, that spot over there, that's got a lot of room. I want to kind of keep it in the northern forest, but at the same time I'm like, that spot's not bad. Yeah, we might be building into that area like we were originally planned, like I had originally planned earlier. Yeah, this spot's just, it's just too small. I mean, technically it's not, but at the same time, it's like, what the heck, you know? And with that, I might even just like reload the game to where, instead of deleting all this, just reload the game to where we started, because I'd be going back to exactly that anyway. Yeah, let me go over to that spot and get a platform down over there, and then get a factory like over here or something like that, or get a platform for a factory and stuff. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this is just not gonna work. Alrighty, so now that I've got the train stations down from down here, because I loaded the save as well, all those trees and stuff I destroyed are all back to where they were, and as well as I didn't have to delete anything. So I went ahead and got the train stations down. This is the best I'm going to be able to do with this particular area. I know this has got a little bit of a wiggle to it, but in order to fit on the foundation without having to have too much overlap, I kind of crunched them together a little bit, gave a little bit extra space for belting on this side just because they were right up against the edge. But I think we'll do that here. In the factory, I'm still deciding on the factory. I think the factory should go above the train stations, but I'm also leaning towards putting the factory down in the valley here. Basically, we pull our... let's get a little closer there. We pull our grid and our belts down here, and then at like way down here level, we then build our actual factory from there and have the train station deliver it. Because this area is so, I don't know, cliffy. Cliffy. Just the elevation change is so drastic that having the factory down there, I think, could actually look okay and have the train station above it. Now, I was thinking about doing the factory underneath, but then I was just like, no, because there's not enough room for one, and for two, that kind of defeats the purpose of actually having a factory in the first place, because it's just hidden by the train station. Yeah, I think I'll do the factory down here as well. I think that'd be really, really cool. And then we just pull our belts down. I do want to get these train stations up and running, but I do think we're going to have to cut the episode short a little bit early today. I Again, because like I said, I am extremely exhausted. I've already been here for like 3 hours and I'm like nodding off. I'm like nodding off, man. Because like I said, I am extremely tired. That's what these big projects do to you when you gotta do so much and then on top of do extra. It's like, it's fun to do, but damn, does it take a lot out of you. Okay, so this is going to be the cable train. You know, I don't think we have a cable train available yet. Yeah, we just have cable. We just have the cable here. Alright, so that means we can go like this. We can call that cable train 1. And then we're going to edit the timetable. I'm going to type in cable. Yep, that's the only 2 train stations. So we got cable factory export and that. Save changes, turn on self-driving. We're going to hop out. We use the F key to keep that from glitching out. There we go. Yep, so that's going to go get us some cable. Need to make sure that these are set to unload. Yeah, it just, and for me personally, I don't like to have factories really high off the ground unless there's a very good reason for it. Like, if the factory has to be extremely high off the ground because it's absolutely massive and there's nowhere really it can fit unless it's like, you know, like 100 feet, 200 feet above the ground, then that's a little bit different. But in a lot of cases, you can figure it out, and heck, even in big factories like that, you can have split floors. You can do walls down cliffs to cover the cliff up. Yeah, and do your split flooring and stuff like that. You can do all kinds of cool stuff with that. You know, stuff I have rarely touched in my 3,400, almost 3,500 hours now. I do believe that the stators are this color, but now I don't remember. So we're gonna ride the stator train here. Oops, let me go to the map. Let me see how many stator trains we got going. I know we got a few. Or we got one. Okay. That one's for the motors. Oh yeah, that's right. We got a rotor train. That's right. Okay. Oops. Oh, I don't know why I'm in this menu. Like I said, I'm extremely tired. So stator train 2 at a timetable. This is why I name it the way I do. Okay, stator factory export and then automated wiring stator import. Save changes, turn on self-driving. Whew, caught it. So yeah, we're gonna take a nice little train ride. Ooh. Oh, interesting. It's faster to go this way, down through the dune desert, or down through the desert cliffs, or down through the desert canyon, I mean, sorry, than it is to go to the Titan Forest, over to the desert canyon on that edge, and then come up through into the... That is interesting. Is that my cable train? No, that was a... Yeah, like I said, I do believe this is the color, but like I said, I want to ride the train to find out, and then including the cable train too. The cable train, I just have no idea. Oh, you know what that means, though? That means we're adding another train to this particular track. And this particular track is a little bit busy. Well, more like the dune desert to the desert cliff, or to the desert canyon, like desert cliffs. The dune desert to the desert canyon is extremely busy. Right around this quad spiral is like really, really busy. It is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And I know people are always asking, you know, why do you have such long blocks on your tracks and stuff when your trains don't even take up half of it in a lot of cases? And this is because what it does is it separates out the trains, and it also helps prevent from deadlocking the track or deadlocking the trains. It does help with that. Because if you get too many trains on one particular section of track where you've got a bunch of intersections and stuff, you can actually end up in a situation, depending on how it's set up, you can actually end up in a situation where you've got several trains that can't proceed because everybody's trying to use the intersection. So you got one train that's just trying to exit the intersection, but it's blocked because there's a train in front of it that's blocked, so it's blocking the intersection. And then the other trains are trying to go through the intersection, but they're blocked because that train's in the middle of the intersection. And so it's like the whole good example definitely is in a massive city where you got, you know, several lanes of traffic going through an intersection and nobody wants to stop at that red light. So they travel through the intersection even though the intersection's already got cars in the middle of it. And then they just block up the intersection. And that just prevents, and you end up with gridlock, essentially. Let's see, what's the color? Oh, it's red. Oops. Oh, it is the faded red. Okay. Cool, we'll just hop back in. Alright, now that I got the proper color. Yeah, so you just end up with a gridlock situation. So by making the trains spread themselves out, yeah, it causes a little bit of wait time, a little bit of extra wait time. But I'm transporting so much product that it's not a problem. That's the other reason. That's the other kind of portion to this. By forcing myself to build with 5-car trains, I'm transporting so much product that most factories are going to have so much delivered to them that they're not going to be able to use it all before the train makes another round. That's kind of the main thing when it comes to trains and drones as well. Trucks, tractors, is if you're producing the exact amount or more than what the factory on the other end of the transport line is going to be using, no matter if it's a drone, a train, a tractor, truck, the best thing you could have happen is when the truck makes when the transport vehicle makes a full round from one station to the next to drop off stuff, that the station that it drops off to is not empty. If that station is empty before it makes a full round, you need to produce more in order to make that happen, or find a better route. Like let's say this train is going clear across the map, and by the time the train gets there to drop off, the train station is completely empty. In that kind of situation, I'm going to look at, okay, would it be worth adding more cars to make that happen? Because then that's going to increase. And it's just like, well, if I can't do that because I'm producing just slightly more, or I'm producing the exact amount, then I'm going to look at, okay, well, how much am I importing? How much am I going to need per import? If it's less than, say 200, like 100 to 200 product across the map, I'm more than likely going to use a drone. Because not in this playthrough, of course, because this playthrough's got rules, but I'm more than likely going to use a drone. And that's going to, and that's going to then get me the product faster, and then I'll be able to keep up from there. But again, it all depends on how you want to run it. If it comes to trucks and tractors, the only thing you can really do there is just add more trucks to the same route. And if that's still not working, then you're not producing enough for the time to... Why are we going this way? Oh, I've got a broken intersection, that's what it is. Did I fix this? Okay, so basically what is happening is, and I bet I can test this too, is the train did not see a viable path going to the right. So let's try going to the right. Even though it's connected, let's see if it'll work. Yeah, see, it didn't. It didn't let me go. It's not actually connected. And that's the problem with intersections when you're trying to go from a T to a four-way, and you're constantly removing tracks and stuff like that. Sometimes things just don't get connected properly. And the only way to really be sure if it works is by testing it with the train. Let's see if I can make that work. Okay, I might be too close. Let me just back up. Yeah, see how I don't have a forward? I only got a left and a right. That is telling me that something's not connected properly. And I've got a bugged track. That's what I've got. You see, even though I removed it, I've still got the intersection. I've got a bugged piece of track. And the only way I can fix that is by removing this piece right here. Now, this is a little bit dangerous because we're... because of what we're doing. Let's go shortest route right there. Okay, it's not going to be exactly where it was before, but it'll be close. Okay. Now, I'll have to put this back so that the intersection works properly. There we go. Okay, now do I have a left-right? There we go. Yeah, see, I had a bugged track is what it was. I had removed this piece of section so many times that the game just said, nope, that's enough. And we can simply just... Yeah, see, this one is also bugged. I can only go left and right. Even though that's going the wrong direction, it's still bugged. So... I'm going to remove that. See, I still have the intersection. So yeah, you just have to pick it all up. And this just happens. Just one of those things. Wait for that train to get out of here. Oh, now it's going to go the other way. Oh wait, no, that's the iron train? Okay. Yeah, like I said, I have messed with this intersection quite a few times because I was doing different routes and stuff. There we go. Okay, I probably need to check all 4 stops here. And sorry I'm not doing a whole lot, it's just, like I said, exhausted. All of my... Okay. All of my stuff is bugged. Alrighty, I'm gonna have to tear apart this entire intersection and completely fix it. I'm gonna do it piece by piece, though. So what I'm doing is I'm holding control to make a straight track. And like I said, this is not going to be exact anymore, but I think I'm more worried that the intersection isn't working. I hate when they bug out like that. That's a 1.1 thing. It doesn't want to build them fully. Okay. So now I should be able to... Oh, now I can't even go left or right. Am I too close? No, I was too close. Test this one. I guess this will be more of a how to fix intersections when they bug type of tutorial. Because yeah, I'm not going to do any more tonight. Let's see if these are bugged. Okay, that one's fine. Okay, what about this one? I'm trying to do this while there's no trains here. Of course, they would have probably taken other routes as well. Oop. Okay, that one's fine. Alright, let's test this one. Yep, that one's good. Alright, last one. Okay. There we go. And then we'll look at the blocks as well. Looks like they are okay. They're all different colors. That's good. Just testing the blocks. So now this train, that train can go right. Yep. Alrighty, that should fix that. Sorry. Again, apologies about this episode. I know it's not my best work, but hopefully I'll be rested tomorrow. So after this big project, and then I got that other big video project that I haven't even started on. Oh my lord. Okay, everything seems to be back in working order. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and leave it here. So next time, we'll build the platform for the actual automated wiring factory down there in that valley, and we'll belt down the product, getting down to it, and we'll build it kind of like an automated wiring bundle. I was like, that train better not have taken that route again. Yeah, kind of like an automated wiring bundle spool that we got there. Make it kind of like that, you know, take inspiration from it and build it down there in the valley, and then we can move on to building rail lines out to the grass fields, because that's going to be a big one as well. Getting train lines out there is going to probably take the rest of the week, and then into next week as well. So yeah, we've got a lot of training to do this coming week after we get automated wiring done, because I want to build all the electronic stuff out in the grass fields. I think that'd be really cool. And we'll see what happens, but that's pretty much the plan for now. But like I said, that is going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory. So even though we didn't get a whole lot done at all, I still do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see here. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.